Hello, Jamie. Hello, Eric.
Hi, Lisa. Eric says hi to his mommy and hi to everybody who's watching.
Mommy. Aw. Well, we've had some very interesting conversations about ancient mysteries, great mysteries of the world, and I'd like to ask you a little bit about another one that I find fascinating, Eric. Let me tell you about this one. It's called the ancient footprint. Now, in the picture that I have, that you can look up on Google or whatever, you can see this human footprint, like you would see on a beach, or in the mud. But the deal is, this footprint, clearly from the anatomy, is of a modern human being, and it's fossilized in some sort of stone, estimated to be about 290 million years old. So people are at a loss to explain how this modern footprint could possibly have been cast in this Permian strata. And again, they think it could be up to 290 to 248 million years ago, long before man or even birds or dinosaurs existed on the planet, according to current scientific thinking. So what's up with this?
He's sitting there and he's rolling his fingers like, come on, Mom, thanks for the history lesson.
You got it. There will be a pop quiz later.
He goes, but also think about how time is not linear.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so you're so shocked that there's a footprint and they claim for it to be in a time where man did not exist. Is there really a time where man did not exist if time is not linear?
Go on.
No, there's not. So you take some of the concepts of string theory and how time folds in on itself and kind of twists and encompasses itself. If this format can be used for, let's say, your energy, explain your energy a little bit better. Use soul. If this format can be explained to, I don't care, you can hit the restart button. I finally get to tease him. String theory, quantum physics, this similar format can be used to explain how a soul travels through lives. Remember, time's not linear, so there is no reincarnation. There is no birth, growing old, and dying. It's all happening intertwined, mixed on each other. So there is huge possibilities of traveling through time and space energetically. You couldn't use the physical body that you live in, but you can travel through multi-dimensions and multi-time. It wouldn't be traveling back into time or traveling forward into time, because both of those words suggest that it's linear. It is a... showing me his foot. It is a little human foot, and he doesn't have a shoe on, and he's wiggling his toes.
Does it smell?
God, I hope not. I've had enough smells today. He's wiggling his toes, and he said, it is a human foot, but it wasn't created. Oh, you messed me up, man. I can't understand that. It wasn't created in that era. It's not like a human, that it contradicts itself, Eric. It's not like a human walked at that time, but because we see time as being linear and we're doing these tests on that stone, it shows up as being in that time frame. Doesn't that contradict itself?
Yeah, but so what's going on? If this human was doing what? He was obviously walking. Was he walking in, I don't know. Help us. Dumb it down.
The whole answer, he was streaking. Naked as a jaybird running through.
No, I know the English language is very difficult for you, Eric, because it is sequential, but try your best, because I don't understand how that footprint got there. Not just as far as when it was dated to, 290 million years ago, but how did it get there? What were the circumstances? Why is it in Permian strata?
Okay, Mom. If I had to say it in linear terms, I would say it was a future human being that traveled back in time and walked on the ground then, not meaning to interact or re-inhabit or change history, and left a memento, not momentum.
Memento. Very good.
He says, that's how I describe it, but that, he's telling me that totally sucks, because it doesn't really give you the true essence of how it's happening, because it's not linear, it's not sequential, it folds in on itself, and you can travel to these times, you can be in this era and be aware and have the body, but, oh, you're losing me, Erik.
Dumb it down.
You have not seen different levels of, you can be in that era of time, slice of time, but not interact with the environment because you're a different vibrational being. My metaphor, he says, is like how I am interacting with you guys. I am here, but I'm not leaving a print, since we're talking about footprints. But there are occasions where I will leave a smell, or I'll knock something over, or I'll make something happen, and I cross that dimensional plane. This is an example of that.
So the future man, future in air quotes.
Yeah, he's really,
I know. Left this print. Just like you spun the water bottle by Arlene's bed.
Yes.
Okay. That's my granddaughter, everybody.
My action didn't end up imprinted in a piece of stone for centuries.
It's fascinating.
Do you know what I think about the English language? He's leaning forward, puts his elbow in his seat. You know what I think about the English language?
It's very clear because you've said it many times.
He's pretending to gag himself. It just stifles you so much. And won't it be so exciting as we grow? Our knowledge grows. Our language is going to have to change. We're going to have to start teaching our kids, not to use the term reincarnation, but incarnation. Some of these simple things are going to have to go.
Yeah, but you need time in order to have cause and effect. And cause and effect is very important for learning. Like, you do this, and these are the consequences. So it does serve its purpose.
Yes, for you humans. Okay, next question, Mom.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the alien abduction. Everybody wonders about that. Did that really go on? Why and who and so on?
A correction to your question, Mother.
Excuse me.
Does it really go on?
Oh, okay. Spare me.
That shit is still happening. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, well, what else do you want to know about it?
Well, who are they? What aliens? The small grays, the tall whites, the tiny greens? I don't know.
He has this huge book. It looks just like the Yellow Pages.
Mm-hmm.
And he plops it on his lap, and he's sarcastically flipping through, like looking for somebody's name. He's like, there's so many interdimensional races out there, Mom. What do you mean? Who does the abductions?
Is it a hostile race? Is it somebody who wants to harm us?
He's like, okay, some do harm, yes. There is for lack of a better term, kind of a safety contract that is over the humans, right? So pretty much it's like, oh, poor creatures, they're not interdimensional beings at this level yet, so we got to protect them, but at the same time, we feel it's important to explore who they are or see how they reproduce or blah, 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 right? So there is a structure, air quotes, structure in place that helps us interact with other interdimensional beings. I will say that, and that is the truth. I don't care how much you shake me down. That is something that has happened. I don't care if you don't even believe in aliens. It exists. When you die, look it up, okay?
Okay.
Because, okay, there are races that will abduct, and there are races that interact.
Okay.
There are even interdimensional races, beings, that interact the way that I interact with you guys. Right? So, looking at myself, my awesome self.
Oh, you're so full of yourself.
He said, thank you. He's being so funny today. Okay, looking at myself, I'm an interdimensional being, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're actually an interdimensional being, Mom, but more on the denser side, the lower vibration.
So I'm dense. That is so rude. I'm a little dense, huh?
Yeah. So you have a limitation of what you can do. And he goes, I have a limitation of what I can do. These other interdimensional beings have a limitation on what they can do. So there's some that interact with us the way that I interact with you. There's some that come into dream state, subconscious. And there's some that actually say, we're going to take that body from the lower dimensions, raise its vibration, take that body into these higher dimensions, which is what you call the abduction. And the abduction is not like a classic Star Trek beam you up. It can be. There are some races that use that. And there are other races that simply use he's like, you know that room that's in, he's referring to Star Trek again. Oh God, Eric, I watched it, but I don't know what it's called. There was the room that you would walk in and you can push a button and it would transform you, transform the environment into like a jungle or a beach or whatever.
Oh, like beam me up, Scotty? That thing?
But it's not a beam you up. It's not taking you and putting you somewhere else. It's you're staying where you are, but the environment around you is changing. So if you feel like you're laying in your bed, but you're watching your room disappear, and it turns into something else. And that's their way of transporting you.
Wow, so they change the environment around you. Wow. So you wake up and you're in a spaceship? Or someplace like that?
Yep.
Well, wouldn't it be easier to just transform us and suck us up into the mothership?
No, not all the time.
Okay. Well, what do they do to us? Let's talk about some of the bad things they do.
Oh my God, Mom, why do you want to do that? That shit's scary.
So it's cool. And then we'll talk about the good stuff, but let's start out with the bad so we leave people feeling good at the end.
And he says it's cool until you've gotten abducted. Most of the time, they just want to track us, see how we live our lives and how we reproduce. They're much interested in reproduction, especially in women.
Okay, do they reproduce with us? Is there any breeding, any kinky stuff going on in that mothership?
No, again, he's talking about the structure that's in place. So it's not like they are putting babies in human bodies, but they will take eggs out of the female organ and keep the eggs and do experiments of that nature. The same thing that they do with cows, goats, animals, farm animals, horses.
Any other reason? Oh, go ahead. Pigs, okay. Any other reason that they abduct us? Any other major reason? I'm sure there's hundreds of them.
No, not really in a major reason, not that way. The only need for abduction is to obtain something physical from the person. Other than that, it is other interdimensional beings that are communicative. They want to talk. They want to enhance knowledge, let you know that you're protected and okay.
To our subconscious, obviously, right?
Yes, but there are times where people have face-to-face meetings with them as well.
And they don't know they're aliens?
Oh no, Mom, they'll know they're aliens.
Now that is creepy.
He said it happens. And poor thing, these people on Earth have nowhere to go to talk about it. He goes, that's the thing that sucks so bad. Just wait until we have just enough abductions and interactions with these beings that it hits a mass conscious knowledge. And then we could say, oh my God, you survivor, you poor thing, instead of, distancing them. The thing, he's on a soapbox. the thing that sucks and pisses me off so much is that when humans don't understand shit, they fight against it. Why the fuck are you fighting against it? Why won't you just say, I don't understand, man? And you could totally be right. So I'd like to learn something here, but no, stupid ego. I was like, all right, Erik.
You're making me feel really bad, Erik.
No, because I don't really want to make anybody feel bad, but for fuck's sake, will you just acknowledge if something's uncomfortable because you don't know how to take the information? Or just sign up to this one theory. Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Wow.
Because let's just do that one.
All right. Consider it done. Anything else you want to say about alien abductions, Erik?
I just want to leave on the note that there are good aliens. And I know we don't judge good or bad. I'm just saying, you're thinking of it that way, people, so that's the language I have to use so you understand what I'm saying.
That's right. There is no good and bad or bad. You're right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Erik. Very enlightening. And
You're welcome.
Jamie, thank you so much. You guys need to see her amazing site. It's withloveandlight.com. Plus, we're having a huge weekend in Atlanta starting Friday called the Chilling Erik Weekend of Fucking Enlightenment. That's not my doing, that's Erik's doing.
Yes, we call it the effing weekend of enlightenment over here.
Oh, sorry. Oopsie. He's a bad influence on me. All right. Bye, everybody.
Erik says bye. He's blowing kisses. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.